The thing that bugs me most right now is that our cars are not affordable enough. We need to fix that. I think we just want to be like slightly profitable and maximize growth and make the cars as affordable as possible.
Well, for more on this, Jim Saker joins us now from the UK. He's the Director of the Centre for Automotive Management at Loughborough University. Welcome back to the program, Jim. Now, it was a home-run quarter for Tesla, wasn't it? Because the company has now finally clocked its first ever full-year profit. How on earth did it manage to do this despite the coronavirus pandemic, despite it having to shut down its factory in California, and the fact that people stopped buying cars for months?
Well, it was a deliberate strategy on the part of Tesla. They cut wages, they cut rents, and they then added the tax credits, which they'd sold to other companies, and added that on, and that was 428 million. And it was a deliberate policy on the part of Elon Musk to try and get the company into the S&P 500. And the four straight quarters managed to do that. By doing that, he then gets into a situation where the index funds are then following the S&P 500, and it's a home win. He's done particularly well. He manipulated the situation in such a way that he was able to do that and get 4 quarters of profit in a market where he only grew 5%, but the rest of the motor industry was going down by 25 to 30%.
Interesting. Okay, now we know Tesla recently eclipsed Toyota to become the world's most valuable car maker in terms of market capitalization. But when we look at the other numbers in terms of the numbers of cars they actually sold, in 2019, Toyota sold just under 11 million vehicles, while Tesla sold around 300,000. So is Tesla truly then the most valuable when you compare the two?
No, this is to do with the way in which the stock market is in fact operating. No, Toyota sold 30 times more cars than Tesla, and therefore you're looking at a company of completely different dimensions, completely different size. And so therefore, you've got a company which in Tesla has become the market favourite. That is basically market behaviour, shareholder and investor behaviour in such a way that's buoyed their performance on the stock market as opposed to actual production. So therefore you do get a misleading read. Even Elon Musk last May was saying that Tesla was overvalued.
Interesting. Now, how much does Tesla's recent success reflect a genuine shift in the global auto industry? And by that I mean, are customers really ditching petrol and diesel vehicles in favour of electric vehicles?
I think there is a general trend in that direction. I don't think it's something which you can say is a massive shift, but there is definitely a shift towards people buying more electric cars, more hybrids. And obviously Tesla is leading the way on the electric side and has become a very glamorous product, and it's something which people find desirable. So if you're trying to balance the two, you still say that alternative fuels, the electric side is being led by Tesla, and they are setting the standard for other people. The major manufacturers like Volkswagen and the rest are following suit, but they're having trouble sometimes with their software in some of their cars. The interesting one is Toyota, who really have gone down the hybrid route. So therefore, if you look at it by comparison to the number of cars Tesla sells, Toyota sells more hybrids. So therefore, you're looking at a different sort of mindset. But Tesla has obviously done exceptionally well to persuade the market that they've got this valuation.
That's right. Now, as you say, the legacy car makers are playing catch-up, so to speak. I mean, Tesla's been around for 17 years, and in many cases, some of these other car makers are only now starting to invest significant amounts of money in EV. Do you think any of them pose a genuine threat to Tesla in the near future?
Oh, I think a lot of them will get to a position where people are unsure about the Tesla range. It's quite limited at the moment, and some of the larger manufacturers will be able to produce in each of the segments, as opposed to just going for the ones which Tesla have done. Obviously, as your visuals have been showing, there are issues about the Cybertruck, which he's trying to produce. But generally speaking, you look at the rest of the manufacturers, they have got almost bigger budgets than he has at the moment to actually invest in that. It does depend on how the market goes. Also, from the point of view, Tesla is only hitting certain markets. The Toyota are addressing issues like Africa, India, Latin America, South America, whereas Tesla's product isn't that viable within certain of those economies. And that's where the interest comes. That Toyota is a global organisation. Tesla is very much geared to those markets which have got an infrastructure of electricity and being able to recharge the vehicles.
Yes, and there's been some commentary recently that perhaps investors are being too overconfident in Tesla, that perhaps we're seeing a bit of a bubble form in Tesla's stock price. Do you share those concerns?
Very much so. I think it is very much a bubble, and it's to do with shareholder behaviour, investor behaviour, as opposed to the actual performance of the organisation itself. It's done well, but he's manipulated it to get to the position whereby there was a profit in this quarter.
Okay, Jim Saker from the Centre for Automotive Management at Loughborough University. Thank you as always for joining us.